Hello lovely people, welcome, if not welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Anita to Inspire. I am a student of life, a lover of God and his people, and I'm just a girl that loves sitting in front of their camera and sharing this journey called life with you. Today I just wanted to come here and give my personal story on something that I believe is very important, especially in a time such as this. This video is for those that are feeling a bit overwhelmed. They feel like there's so much in them that they can do, but they're either limited by systems, their capacity, or even fear to do the things they feel like doing, to do the things they feel like they are able to do. And for the young person out there that is feeling that frustrated potential, trust me, you are not alone. There's so many people that are coming to the realization that they have potential, capacity, power to do these things, but aren't really there yet. If you feel like you're falling behind in your journey, your peers are going far ahead of you in terms of life, well, this video is for you, because I just wanted to share with you one of the things that helped me overcome that and is helping me go through this journey as efficient as I possibly can, staying motivated and inspired throughout the way. The thing I'm going to be talking about is the power of sharing your story, the power of telling your tale. I started posting on Instagram unintentionally in 2019, and over time, as I became more intentional with my life and my journey with Christ, I became more intentional with everything that was happening in my life. I started to analyze why I do the things I do. And so over time, I realized that this is something that I have been drawn to over the years, and I have been purposed with the gifts and the power and the grace to do, which is to speak in front of this camera, right, and share my story, walk this journey with someone, and give inspiration to you. So I started making content, and now becoming more intentional as the years go by, realizing, learning more about myself, learning more about people, learning more about things that make people interested, things that make people happy, things that excite everyone. I realized that this was a journey I wanted to continue with. And over time, everyone used to ask me, why do you even create? Why do you want to be an influencer? And I always said that this is my portfolio. And you know, I meant that because I took a lot of thought figuring it out. One thing about sharing your story is that it is going to be very important, as it speaks for you before you have to explain yourself in spaces that matter. What do I mean? I mean that sometimes as you walk this journey of life, you're going to meet people, you're going to walk into doors that are meant to elevate you, that are meant to advance you. Having told your story or documented a piece of your life, not everything, it is not wise to film everything. In fact, it doesn't even have to be in video form. In some shape, way, or form, you are telling your story. You are letting the world know that you exist and you contain some sort of value that the world needs, because you do. If you do that, you are documenting a piece of yourself that is going to speak for you before you enter, as you enter those doors, that is going to speak for you as you enter those opportunities. And that sounds a bit mythic, a bit mysterious, but it comes as low as writing a resume. Like, it's that serious. And even as you're writing, you are crediting yourself towards, what am I actually doing? How can I build this? How can I grow my story? Because as you ask yourself that question, you're starting to be more alert on opportunities. You're starting to be more alert on the things that you can do to fulfill that space of having a story, of having a reason, of having a sole purpose. Purpose comes through serving. So you start through accommodating ways in how you can serve, in how you can be present in things, in how you can be present in what is happening in the world today, so that you can contribute and advance, and etc, etc. The point is, there are advantages to telling your story. Number one, you're kept accountable. Every time you appear to people and tell them who you are, they start to accredit you and keep you accountable on that person, on that character. So that means you're cautious of the fact that if I show up like this, I must sustain it. And those are the negative parts of even social media, because when people show up on social media a certain way, they have to sustain it. They have to sustain the character that they have told us they are, which tends to lead into people pleasing, into perfectionism, into trying to be something you're not, or something you've gone out of, simply because you presented yourself that way. When you come up here and you say you're going to do this, you're much more likely to do it because there's people behind the screen that are looking at you and watching you do it, you know? So that has really helped me in that sense. Number two, it has created a sense of ministry. So every time I come here, I am learning more about myself. I'm learning more about people, and I'm learning more of ways that I have been called to improve myself, to perfect my craft, and to represent the values and beliefs I hold so dearly to the world. I am actually in training mode every time I step out. And that leads me to my third point of why you should tell your story. It's a step of faith. It is a journey of you saying, I am here, this is who I am right now, and I am telling this as a testimony because I believe there is more coming to me. Some way, shape, or form, as you tell that story, again, I do not say that you have to be a content creator. You just have to find a way in which your story is boldly and unapologetically spoken at any point of your life, which should be now. And as you're telling that story, you are opening yourself. You are saying, I am available towards what the next thing is in my life. Well, actually, that is one of the major things. As you continue to tell your story, you're finding vocabulary. You're finding the words that define you. Hence, why people ask me, why are you able to speak so eloquently of yourself? It's because I have been training. I have been training because when I come in front of this camera, what do I say is the first question that I ask myself. That means I'm going to search and look deep in myself. What words can express who I am? What words can express my values? So please, if you are feeling like you're falling behind, start by documenting your journey. Share your story, journal, do something to publicly or physically remove your thoughts from your brain to a physical point of contact, to a physical journal. That right there is going to be your point of reference, your point of documentation, and your point of presentation. It is going to go before you. You're going to be able to say, no, I did not start this right now. I have come from far. This is a landmark. This is proof that I started this journey a long time ago, and therefore you can trust me with this position. Therefore you can trust me with this opportunity. And that is what the world is looking for. As young as we are, if we wait until we are a certain way for people to start looking at us, we are going to fail. To redeem that time, we have to start documenting our lives now so that we have a thick portfolio, right, to share with ourselves, that when you start to speak, your voice is not ignored simply because you have evidence, you have backup, you have a support, which is the documentation of who you are. And so I feel like because I've shared my story and because my mentors have constantly reminded me that sharing your story is probably one of the most important things you're going to do. I've seen it open me into experiences and doors and quickened me, helped me accelerate in a lot of things. And what can you say? What do you have to tell the world? Because trust me, you do have something to tell the world. You do have something to share and inspire someone. Because I remember this person, I was watching this podcast, and she said, if you go into a store and you look on the section where they're selling water, there's so many brands over the same product, which is water, which of course you can also get from a sink. But I'm telling you, they have never gone out of market simply because everyone has their unique value they are producing to the world, and people are buying it. They are selling water, the same commodity that probably has no taste. It definitely has no taste because it's water, right? So how much more you think you do not have unique value to bring to the world if all these water bottle companies feel like they have a unique value from the company next door to bring to the world? Tell your story. I know I'm here giving you motivational speeches. I was born at a very young age, but listen to me. I personally would be grateful if this is a video that I watched at some point of my life, right? It took me a few days of accumulation, a few months, of a few years of understanding that, hey, this is actually important, stick to it. For me, actually, I think it was even grace that held me onto it. But now I look back, I feel like someone needs to hear that, yes, if you've been waiting, holding back, do it. This is your sign to do it. This is your push to start. Start documenting your life. It doesn't have to be on a video. It doesn't have to be on a camera. It can be in some shape, way, or form. Just get the thoughts, get the experience that you've had, that you've not. Take a picture. put it in a digital journal. If you go to a conference, take a picture. If you go to a debate, take a picture. If you go to an important event that aligns with your purposes, take a picture. If you meet someone important, take a picture. You're not too cool for being a world changer. You're just being someone who is aware of how much potential you have by documenting your journey. Having evidence of the things of the milestones that you are achieving helps you to be more trusted in the world. So this is your sign, all right? And I will stop here. I'll stop yapping, but I hope this inspires you to take action. Do not just watch this video and move on. Take action, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay inspired.